And we are live. Virat Kohli falling on the ground after the last ball of the last over just showed the amount of weight he carried on his shoulder. And here we are after 18 long years, all of that burden going away. Virat Kohli and the RCB finally have a trophy in their hands. They come back home taking the trophy. They're coming back to Bangalore tomorrow. The biggest of achievement, not just for RCB, but a
But
lot of
also
fans
for
out there who've been so loyal to the RCB. And my God, the scenes that will follow,
in
not just
Bangalore.
in this city, but also
Yeah.
in Ahmedabad right now, with them lifting the trophy, with the management coming in. So much happening. Just Virat Kohli crying. Virat Kohli looking at AB de Villiers even before the match ended and talking about how he'll just tear up. Chris Gale, de Villiers, and Virat being together in that one frame, just trying for so many years. And here we are, finally, RCB getting that trophy. Praatibh,
Nothing much to say. I think this is something that every fan wanted for Virat Kohli, irrespective of whether or not you were a fan of RCB, the franchise. I think deep down, as just proper cricketing fans, this is something that eluded Virat Kohli for 18 long years, and for it to finally pan out in the way it did in front of almost a lakh people,
that's
in
true.
front of AB de Villiers, in front of Chris Gale, the people who've given so much to this franchisee, and for that team to do it in the 18th year, all of the campaigns were set up for it to end like this.
Yeah.
Quite poetic how he went down and basically cried. And I think a lot of people, a lot of cricket fans, a lot of people who followed his career
True.
also felt those tears in their eyes.
Yeah, the man's won everything at this point. He's won the
Yeah.
Under 19 World Cup. He's won the World Cup. He's won the Champions Trophy. He's won the T20 World Cup. And here he is with another white ball trophy, the IPL.
World Test Championship.
So he's won every white ball trophy there is to it.
Yeah.
But it's insane what's happening. I don't know in Whitefield, but in Uttarahalli, it's still smoking. Yeah, there's so much crackers out there. We don't know if we encourage crackers. We don't. But it is okay.
Happy Holi, less color.
Jaidev, Black Day for Humanity. You know, for all those people complaining about humanity, we aren't RCB fans ourselves. But for a team that's waited for so many years, that a team
Yeah.
that's built up the team that they have this year around, doing so much research, almost having an entire team, new team management,
Yeah.
having Dinesh Karthik roped in, having a lot of analysts roped in, doing all of the work behind the scenes. If you think RCB winning does something to humanity, I don't think you're a cricket fan. And that's opinion from our end. Because to see a man like Virat Kohli, not just Virat Kohli, but the team like RCB who've had their opportunities before,
And fair share of struggles.
yeah, and fair share of struggles, for them to build a team like this, I mean, on paper, RCB was going to win, and that's exactly what happened. We will get into a lot of things in this live. We'll, of course, analyze the match because that's what we do. So, as much as we will celebrate RCB winning because IPL has come to an end, thank God. but, but of course, we'll do that. But we will also get into teams and talk about numbers and talk about what went wrong for the Punjab Kings because Punjab Kings put a hell of a fight.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say until the 12th and the 13th over. And you guys would know what I'm talking about with Shreyas Iyer getting out, Josh Inglis getting out. We'll talk about all of that. But yes, RCB winning is a very big deal, not just for the RCB fans, but also for the IPL. A team like the RCB that holds so much brand value. And for Virat Kohli, that is in the team because of the brand value that it possesses. I mean, Virat Kohli's talked about how he had thoughts about leaving the team. He had thoughts about changing the environment, but he stuck to the franchise. And after
Loyal boy.
yeah, and for like 18 years, dude, that's insane. To wait for 18 years to get a trophy, this is absolute bizarre. And here we are. He finally gets it. I mean, there are teams who haven't won the IPL, and
Punjab Kings.
yeah, Punjab Kings.
Spare thought for Punjab Kings. I thought they played brilliantly throughout the tournament, but it was just not meant to be tonight. We will get into a lot of things. Do you want to get into the pitch right away?
Yeah, we can actually get in the pitch and talk about how the pitch played out.
All right. So talking about the pitch, it felt like a typical Gujarat, a typical Ahmedabad wicket rather, where there was something for the batters. There was a little bit for the bowlers. Ashwin and I have a differing opinion on how the pitch eventually played out as compared to the last game. But from all of the interviews that happened of players on the ground, it felt like maybe it was a tad bit tougher to bat on. Nevertheless, still a brilliant batting pitch. And something that Colonel Pandya also spoke about was that pace variations were extremely important. We also saw this throughout both innings where pace variations, not just by the pacers, but also by the spin bowlers, mixing it up nicely is what eventually got the best out of the pitch for the bowlers to make use of. Ground dimensions also coming into play, something we spoke about in the pre-match live itself. But yeah, that's basically it on the pitch. 190 in a final. A lot of us might have considered it par because of the fact that it was Ahmedabad, but simply for the fact that it was a final and the kind of pressure and the stakes involved with neither of the sides winning in 18 long years, I think 190 was still a good score.
That is true. Let's go back to the screen. I cannot pronounce your name. I apologize so much. But I take everything what I said pre-match back. Not everything, just a little bit about how the spinners are not as important as the chat assumes it to be. Well, the man of the match of this match was a spinner, and he was extremely important. But
Having said that, we did speak about how Punjab were possibly missing a trick leaving
Yeah.
out Harpreet Brar.
true.
So
Yeah, that's that, I guess. Let's talk about the Punjab Kings and let's talk about things that went wrong for them, or just how they played out for that matter. I think they bowled extremely well. I think they stuck to their plan. Something I did talk about pre-match was how the Punjab Kings bowlers would essentially do the same thing what they did in the last game and in Chinnaswamy against the RCB. The way Virat Kohli struggled throughout, I think it was one of his worst innings in this IPL. Even though he got those 45 or 35 deliveries, is what I want to say. I think it was one of his worst innings in this IPL. And it was because of the way the Punjab Kings were bowling and the entire pressure of the final. And the way he got out just showed that the Punjab Kings were able to bowl to their plans, stick to their plans. Even Chahal coming in, bowling those couple of overs, all 4 overs, in fact. Arshdeep Singh's last over, Kyle Jamieson, Omar Zai, just everyone coming into bowl, they did what they had to. Restricting them for less than 200 is essentially what they needed. If you told the Punjab Kings before the match started that you will restrict the RCB for less than 200, they would take that with both hands. Except that is when they're batting. You know what? I think they started off well. In the first 6 overs, I think there was few runs short of what RCB score was, or a run above. We'll check. But yeah, I thought they started off well. Prabsimran Singh getting out and then Shreyas Iyer coming in and him getting out.
yeah,
That is where things started turning a little bit. But Josh Inglis was just taking the attack forward and it almost seemed like he was the key wicket. He was the key man. And then he gets out. And we talked about this even after the first qualifier one. It's just the inexperience in the batting order. And apart from Shreyas Iyer, when you get Shreyas Iyer out early, he struggled against RCB this entire tournament. Before this match, he had an average of 5 against the RCB. Just says something about Shreyas Iyer versus RCB. Didn't perform yet again. And for whatever reason, you know that if you're getting Shreyas Iyer out early, you have the match in your hands. That's exactly what happened with the Punjab Kings. They should be proud of themselves. It's been an absolutely incredible campaign so far for them. I mean, Ponting talked about how he wants to make this the best Punjab squad. They came to the finals, a new management, a new captain, not an entirely new squad, but a very, very young squad. And to reach the final, beating the Chennai Super Kings, Mumbai Indians, KKRs, all these 3 teams who have come to the final before and won the IPL trophy. For Punjab Kings to do that against the RCB, it's just good for them. And I love Shreyas Iyer in the post-match interview, how he said the job's not done and he's going to come back next year to get that trophy. I love that attitude. That's the attitude you need as a captain and as a player and possibly a future India captain. You just never know. Let's talk about the RCB.
cool. Now with the RCB, firstly, whoever's joining the live now, we have been going at it for a bit. Oh, actually, it's a good turnout so far. Definitely hit that like button so that we can push this out to more people. But for RCB, it was a very interesting game. And I think from an RCB fan's perspective, they would have definitely had their fair share of emotional roller coasters going around, especially because of how RCB started off with the bat. Something that Ashwin has already spoken about is how this wasn't Kohli's most fluent innings. If anything, this was probably one of his worst innings in this competition. Getting 43 of 34 was definitely not how Kohli would have envisioned playing this innings. We've got a super chat from... Is that Rishikesh?
Rishikesh, thank you so much for the
Thank
super
you.
chat. We won jersey number 18, one dream, one destiny. That is true.
But yeah, so on that, I think Kohli, and of course, I'm going to talk about the whole performance, not just what went right. And I feel like there, RCB would have liked Kohli to contribute a lot more. Having said that, he has been contributing for the last 18 years, so it is fine. But yeah, at that point, I feel like a lot of RCB fans would have felt that they could have got a few more runs. It was a very interesting scorecard because you'll see everyone in that batting order in that top six, I want to say, have all got around 20, 24, 28, that kind of score. Kohli top scoring with 43. And at the end of the day, they still managed to kind of scurry their way up to 190 at the halfway mark. Especially with how the last couple of overs played out, RCB would not have felt 100% momentum with them. But from there, the way they started off in the power play, I think a good thing was that they not only got a wicket, but they were also able to keep Punjab to a relatively decent total.
Yeah.
Punjab could not run away with the game in the first six, which was extremely important, especially because it set the platform up beautifully for Krunal Pandya to come in and ball that spell. Of course, that is a key moment, that entire spell for him to come in and ball those overs. 4 overs, I want to say, 2 for 17 with 12 dot balls. That's 2 overs worth of dot balls, and that's not something you see every day. I'll also talk a bit more about Krunal in the man of the match itself. But apart from that, I think RCB, this was not their perfect game. Let's be honest. There were a couple of catches that they missed out on, and the fans would have absolutely had their hearts in their mouths during those periods. But from there, they kept chipping, kept getting the wickets. The bowling changes. Romario Shepherd coming in a little randomly to get Shreyas Iyer with that extra bounce and extra pace. And apart from that, I think Bhuvi also, let's not forget his contributions, because for him to come back in the death and to nail his Yorkers, that was important, because at that point, Shashank Singh was still out there. I want to say Nihal Vadera was just about gone or might have still been out there. But at that point, too, Punjab, with the kind of batters they had, with the fact that Stoinis was yet to come, could have taken that game away even at that point. So, considering all of those things, the way all of the RCB bowlers stepped up was very exciting to watch. And eventually, and something that Kohli also said in the post match interviews, was that it is the bowlers that have won them this year's IPL. And that's true. That's true for this final as well. We've also done a video on it, which we released today, where these bowlers have had the best figures in a lot of aspects: averages, strike rates, wickets taken up front, and it showed.
Cricket fans, this is your moment. Introducing Play 11's the ultimate cricket collectible experience. Mint unique digital cards daily, showcase your collection, and earn exclusive rewards. Visit play11s.com and start your collection today. Key moments. It's interesting how we were very aware that if the second we start criticizing Virat and his innings, there will be a lot of people defending it, which is great because this is what we want, a discussion when we talk about cricket. Something precisely to talk about Virat Kohli's innings before I talk about the key moments itself is that it was, of course, it was a difficult pitch to bat. I mean, it wasn't necessarily a difficult pitch to bat. The Punjab bowlers were bowling well, we could say that, and the Punjab batters, not a lot of people got away apart from Josh Inglis. So, if anything, the RCB bowlers too were bowling well. Every interview we saw so far, they talked about how the pitch was a belter of a wicket, and if anything, if you bowled your slower balls or varied your pace, it just became a slightly difficult to bat on. The problem with Virat Kohli's innings, now if you look back on it, it was an important 40 odd runs, but there wasn't intent to score a lot of runs at a high strike rate. Yes, he did bat well for those 40 odd runs, but it felt like batters around him had to take those risks, and also why they didn't get big partnerships. Now, was it one of his worst innings in this IPL season? I would say yes, even though it was the final and even though it was under pressure. A lot of you might disagree, which is absolutely fine, which is why we have these conversations to begin with. But we, for now, stick by it until we analyze it a little more, think about it a little more. But the important key moments in this match has to be by far easily. One of it is Romario's drop catch when he was batting, because he got the 17 extra runs. But apart from that, and this is a no-brainer, Shreyas Iyer getting out in his second delivery and Josh Inglis's wicket. Of course, Shreyas Iyer did get out, but Josh Inglis was still getting those odd sixes, and him getting out at that point was so important for the RCB, and that's exactly what happened. So these two, or three for that matter, are key moments, and yeah, will go down in history for why the Punjab Kings lost.
All right, coming to the man of the match, we are for the first time, I think, in sync with Star Sports and the entire broadcast unit, who have unanimously elected, no, confirmed, I don't know, Krunal Pandya as the man of the match. Let's just talk about Krunal Pandya. He's won 3 IPL titles with the Mumbai Indians, now one with RCB. This is his second man of the match in an IPL final. So this is a man with big game temperament. And let's just talk about the pace variations. For a bowler, for a left arm finger spinner who doesn't have any variations in terms of a carom ball or something of that sort, he's someone who relies a lot on his lines, his lengths, the kind of field settings he has in place, how he varies the pace, and possibly a little bit of turn. But obviously, turn was not something that was available here. My camera's gone for a toss,
Of course, it's gone for a
but
toss.
we will be back shortly.
Doubt it.
Damn, guys. Yeah, I
You know
should be back really
What we
soon.
need?
Yo, what's up?
We
Cool.
need a camera operator.
We need a camera operator. But yeah, basically that's what it was for Krunal Pandya with his limited skill set to still use his mind in the way that he did. If you see the wicket taking deliveries that he got, one of them was balled at 80 kilometers per hour, the one to Prabhsimran Singh that he looped, got Prabhsimran Singh to play the fall shot in the flight, beaten in the flight, and then getting caught at point or covers, I want to say. Second one, I forgot who he dismissed, but that was a
Salt.
flatter.
Phil Salt.
Phil-
Oh, not Phil Salt. English. Josh English.
Josh
he
Inglis.
stepped out.
Yeah, that was a quicker delivery ball at 100 kilometers per hour. And it just showed how these small things make so much difference because up until that point, Punjab were very much still in the game. It was that spell alone that kind of broke Punjab's back. And so Krunal Pandya is rightfully the man of the match and the man for RCB, not just in the final, but he's also been doing it through the season. He did it with the bat earlier today, he's done it with the ball.
Second
It-
man of the match in the final.
It all just worked out.
Let's go from the man of the match to from the stands, and here we go. We finally interact with you guys. There's a lot happening in
What's
Star
up?
Sports. There's a lot of people walking around. Have a Pandya blood in your team, and you're guaranteed to win the match. Yeah, it almost
Dude,
seems
for
like it. He
real.
did talk about how they have what
9 trophies.
11
11 trophies.
11
in their house.
trophies. Yeah, and
That's
with
crazy.
3 different teams, if I'm not wrong. Gujarat Titans,
Mumbai Indians.
Mumbai Indians, and now the
Royal
RCB.
Challengers
That's
Bangalore.
insane.
Yeah.
But guys, at least you guys were Krunal haters at some point. Well, we weren't haters.
We just didn't feel that he'd done enough to get into the Indian,
Indian team at
the
that point,
point at
yeah.
which he got in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in IPL, for the kind of record he's had,
True.
he's rightfully been sought after by RCB and he's also justified that tag.
If you haven't watched the RCB video,
Check it out.
yeah, check it out first of all. And he, in no season, I think apart from this now
Yeah.
that the season's ended, but
Yeah.
in no season apart from 2025 has he had an economy of more than 8, which is insane
Which
when
is
you
insane.
think about it.
Yeah.
A lot of RCB players. There are a lot of RCB players in the chat or in Star Sports. Let Srikanth have a. Oh, we talked about that. I felt Hazelwood was celebrating after the first 2 balls. His line and length was lost in the celebration. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, the second you've got it after the first 2 balls, he's talking about the last over.
Hmm.
Yeah, Hazelwood lost his line and length after the first 2 balls, which is
Yeah.
fine because he knew he had the game in his hands.
Yeah.
As long as he's not pulling a no ball,
Legal
there's no
deliveries.
way you're getting 30 runs of Hazelwood's delivery. So that's that. Great season for Krunal. Pushpa 2 villain, now RCB trophy. Sorry, guys, I was planning to watch it only after the final, so yeah, going to watch the video. Yeah, that's fine.
That's
I mean,
fair, yeah.
we released the video when we went live, so
Yeah,
if anything,
yeah.
that's fine. But yeah, there's so many things. I think Punjab lost the match when Iyer got out. He was really disappointed after getting out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, would make sense. Yeah, Shreyas.
Yeah, the team bats around Shreyas, so it was important for him to stay because Shreyas is also the kind of player who can like really soak in the pressure. Like he's like a sponge. So he'll like properly hold one end up
Yeah.
and the others can just bat around him.
And I don't know what it is. I thought this everything was right for Shreyas Iyer. His a new franchisee, captaining for the first time for Punjab in the final. He won against Rajat Patidar in the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy against Madhya Pradesh, captaining Mumbai.
Yeah.
He and Ricky Ponting being back. Him, the way Virat Kohli celebrated when they beat Punjab in Punjab. And yeah, just the way Punjab lost in qualifiers one. Everything was for Shreyas Iyer except he didn't step up on the day. Ganesh, thank you so much for the super chat. Clutch God Krunal.
Isala Cup Namdu.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that a lot. I mean, Stoinis came in with pretty good amount of pressure, but his wicket was also a big turning point. Yeah, it was.
Definitely, yeah.
The first ball 6 and then second ball out.
Yeah, Stoinis I feel like punter was taking a punt with that,
Yeah,
keeping Stoinis for that late
yeah,
because Stoinis has been there in these situations, done it not
true.
just for Australia but also for his Big Bash League teams. So yeah,
Captain was announcing scores every 3-4 overs. As soon as I got to know Shreyas was out, I lost complete hope. Aditya, which captain are we talking about? I don't think you saw Smart final match. It is Nikhil, man. I don't. I mean, I respect your opinion, but Stoinis had hit a six and he had to hold one side, then throw that wicket. I don't think he threw his wicket.
I
It was a bad ball, sort of.
he had to go for it. I
Yeah.
mean, it was in the slot.
Yeah, any outsiders would have gone for boundary. It just
Yeah,
happened that
yeah.
it went to the fielders. Please ask Male to come back. We'll celebrate in Brigade Road, Lavelle Road. Hey Shreyas, you seem like a Bangalore boy. Tomorrow will be a big celebration in Bangalore.
Yeah.
There'll be an open bus, hopefully a parade.
Parade.
A
Yeah.
lot of people
I think
showing
there
up.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Any comments on the slow overrate for RCB? Yeah, we
Oh
were talking about.
yes.
My God, they were taking ages.
Dude, RCB got. I don't know if in the final over they actually had to bring a fielder in or not, if they got
Oh,
any kind
that's
of time
true.
penalty.
Yeah.
But that is something that could have backfired and bit them in the ass
Good
really bad.
lord, they were
Yeah.
taking so long. It was cricket
Yeah.
games can never be scripted. You can't change my opinion. Cricket games?
Yeah, it's very tough to match fix. Spot fixing happens, but
Yeah.
match fixing is really tough. So you're right.
Holiday in Bangalore tomorrow? Not yet, at least. We'll find out tomorrow. I have planned for Bhuvi Hazel. Dayal Shepherd came from out of syllabus.
Syllabus.
To be
Yeah.
fair, Romario Shepherd to
He's-
Shreyas Iyer would make sense.
Hmm.
A little bit of bounce, and we know Shreyas Iyer has struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
Outside off, he did this in this qualifier one as well. And him getting out like that wasn't the biggest of surprise. Take Iyer wicket in final, win the cup. That's what happened. Any comments on Sky being the MVP? Was Sky the MVP? I thought
Wasn't it Sai?
Yeah. Imagine if Punjab got those 5 runs from the slow over rate.
Dude, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, that's a whole conversation. A fun fact, Rajat Patidar has joined the exclusive club of winning Maiden IPL Cup in the first stint, so it's pretty special. It's pretty special indeed.
True. Who else? Hardik is in this club. Yeah.
Yeah, for Gujarat Titans.
Who else? Shane Wan.
Yeah. the first
Rajasthan
ever,
Royals.
yeah. Harsh, have RCB awakened a sleeping giant in Krunal Pandya? Krunal Pandya has been doing well. He did well in the
Yeah.
domestic circuit as well. He did well in last year's IPL.
I feel, and us included, I think Krunal Pandya has tended to fly under the radar because we also, till we looked up the stats, actually had no idea why RCB went for him and the fact that his over rates have been so good each year. But also, I think a lot of people forget that Krunal Pandya is the captain of Baroda as well. He's been the captain for a few years. He's been the captain across formats. So he knows what he's doing. That's something for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? When you wake up tomorrow morning, if you're an RCB hater, and if you wake up tomorrow
If you wake up, please wake up.
Oh no, I'm saying if you wake up tomorrow morning and think about how RCB has won, and if you feel bad about it, know that it's okay.
They felt that for 18,
Yeah,
for 17 years.
Yeah, they
so-
felt that for 17 years, so it's the 18th year where they won, and it's good for them. Like it's good on them. They deserve to win. Didn't know before today. Krunal won man of the match in 2000.
Spot
Yeah,
on.
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mumbai Indians.
Sorry, most of fire dismissal was under 10 runs have been in good length, so that's why he has been unsuccessful against RCB. Shrikant, where do you get these stats from, his
It'll be very interesting if I wish we had the data to see if there's a particular channel early on in Iyer's innings where he really struggles, as you're saying.
How many trophies did Sai Sudarshan collect today? I think he won the MVP. He won the orange cap.
Yeah. Most fours also, I
Yeah,
want to
most fours, the
Yeah.
emerging award, emerging player
Yeah,
award.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a me. Was it the pressure that made the young Punjab bowlers give away 8 wides? I think there were overs, like Kyle Jamieson, like Vasu said, how he was trying to get away with it. He was trying to get the over done with.
Yeah.
And every time he got hit for a 6, he bowled that wide delivery just because he wanted to get away. But yeah, I mean, the pressure is there. Like 190 on this surface, I don't think it's a pass score. But the fact that you're playing an IPL final just makes it a little above par.
Plus, on the wides itself, there is basically something called overcorrection that a lot of bowlers tend to do. Where if you've been hit for a 6 bowling a good length delivery or bowling a full length delivery around the middle stump, you will try to overcorrect it or overcompensate by bowling the next ball either short or good length or wide. And that's what was happening
Yeah,
with
true.
Jameson. Yeah.
Shreyas, you're too good. He's giving updates. Can't go tomorrow near Raj Bhavan, High Court, Queens Road, Kantiva Stadium. Definitely not. And I'll ask him to work from home. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
MG Road.
Unless, yeah, if you want to be a part of the parade,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm hoping there is. I'm sure there's a
yeah,
parade
there
at
is.
night.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like we spoke about this pre-match. A lot of it comes down to handling pressure, and evidently, I mean, Shashank Singh did what he could.
Yeah.
Nehal Vadera just didn't get going. It was just so heartbreaking to see a young batter struggling under pressure. We saw that when he was sitting in the dugout, Ponte was giving him a pep talk, and I thought that would just do him good. But he came out to bat and didn't middle one except for the one.
Turns, yeah, could have been a detrimental pep talk to
Yeah. True. Irrespective of who won today, what a great season of the IPL we had. Yeah, that's true. You know what? Fine. Let's talk. Let's reflect on the IPL season we had so far. Not so far. The IPL season this year.
that was.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. The entire season had so many ups and downs. First, we saw SRH scoring the 230, I want to say 220, 230. And a lot of people were talking about how they might reach the 300 this time. And then we saw the fall of SRH.
Yeah.
CSK won against Mumbai Indians the first game. And a lot of people were questioning Mumbai Indians while the CSK went away.
Yeah.
Mumbai Indians did struggle in the first half.
and then kept winning
Yeah.
until they made it to qualifier too.
Yeah, which was a great run. It was a champion run. And then we had the Delhi Capitals for the first 5 games. They had lost none. And then things just turned around in the last couple of games. Akshar Patel wasn't even available as captain. And Faf didn't win a game as the captain for the Delhi Capitals, which is a heartbreaking side for them. And then they didn't even qualify. KKR looked a mid-side, but in the first game, Ajinkya Rahane scored a lot of runs and people had a lot of promise as Rahane the captain.
Yeah.
Except Rahane the captain didn't deliver as much, nor did his other teammates. So KKR was nowhere close to qualifying, even though the points might suggest otherwise. Lucknow Super Giants, the highest buy of the season, Rishabh Pant. A lot of hype behind him, as a T20.
Highest buy and the biggest disappointment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by far. He never went on to do anything except for the last match where he scored 100. Nicholas Pooran carried the batting for the first half of the season, and then it was Mitchell Marsh and Aiden Markram.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Lucknow Super Giants, after the first half, you just knew they might just not qualify, and they weren't there to begin with. Who else am I missing?
Rajasthan Royals, of
Yeah, of
course. You're missing my team. Rajasthan Royals too, with a very mixed campaign, losing a lot of last over games.
Akshay, before you even started on Praatibh about Rajasthan, go on. Go on. You can go on.
I mean, yeah, that's what it is, dude. I'm not going to shy away from the fact that I enjoy Rajasthan play because enjoy watching them play because they groom a lot of youngsters. Talking about individual brilliance, we're going to see a lot of Vaibhav Suryavanshi, who I'm very excited for. But yeah, once again, I think that covers every team. Is it? Are we missing out on someone? Gujarat Titans. They once again had a really good run. Once again, Gujarat Titans by far has looked one of the best teams in the IPL ever since it's come into the IPL. It's been very
That's true.
young, but just the top three, the solidity, and Prasidh Krishna's breakthrough season. It'll be interesting to see how a lot of these people go in England because they are going to be in England.
Did you start talking about Gujarat Titans?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, I apologize.
And I think that covers all of the.
All of the teams. I mean,
teams, if you're
except for the
missing out-
RCB and the
yeah,
Punjab
that's
Kings,
because
which
we've spoken about
covered
them. Yeah.
Any other team that we're missing out? I don't think so. Mumbai and
I hope not.
We've possibly covered all the
Yeah.
teams. If we haven't, let us know. Damn. All right. Praatibh is bit. No, he's not. He hoped to be at some point a couple
What?
of years ago.
Just curious to know what made you think that.
All right. I mean, Ara bottling this season was record, I feel. Can you guys talk about retentions for each team? Hey. The IPL season just got over, dude. We'll talk about
we
that.
we've done videos on it. Like, are you
Yeah.
talking about retentions for the future, which we will talk in 2026, or
Or the retentions that they did before the season
yeah,
started.
because all of that is done. It's covered. We have
Yeah.
5 IPL videos.
Damn. Same pitch controversy happened in RCB vs RR match. Hazelwood said they got some more runs to defend in the wicket, while Parag said it's pure belter. Something is fishy.
Not necessarily. Pitches do behave different ways.
That is true after 20 overs.
Yeah.
Under lights.
Under lights, with dew,
Yeah.
becomes tougher for the bowlers. The ball comes on better because it's slightly wet. A lot of things change.
Talk about the two bad reviews. Vasu.
Oh,
Yeah. According to Praatibh, it was the worst review in the history of the IPL, especially that Josh
The
Inglis review. That
yeah,
was just completely unnecessary. And everyone said, "Kuch suna, kuch आवाज आया,
I
kuch."
think it's the first time I've seen a team waste 2 reviews on wides.
Oh yeah, that's true. Possibly, yeah.
Because I don't.
For Praatibh, there was a lot of firsts
Yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah.
First or the most.
It was so disappointing to watch. Like, even if why would you waste a review on a wide at that stage? Not worth it.
I feel for next year, Chinnaswamy should be dug for a river, have a new home ground. Vasu RCB wanted wickets, so they did take it pressure off the game. Yeah, that's. I mean, I thought that was quite unnecessary, but here we are talking about the.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? This is also the reason why RCB's taken so long to win an IPL title, is because they've consistently crumbled under pressure. It was visible even today with how their batting was shaping up, how their bowling started off only in the first over. After that, it was really good. But it's these small things that matter, because things could have gone sideways so easily. Punjab
Yeah.
could have been in a dominating position. And then, there, if you'd used up 2 reviews on wides, and then there was an appeal that could have possibly dismissed a batter in form, then they would be kicking themselves, and you fans also would be abusing the hell out of them.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Jitesh Sharma made a mockery. Yeah, he's had the worst season in this IPL with reviews.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it is about him, but how did GT manage to bottle it so hard they were table toppers? I'll tell you how. Because they just didn't have someone to rely on with the ball apart from Prasidh Krishna. And the one match where they should have just stuck to their plans, they did not. Prasidh Krishna, for someone who hadn't opened the bowling the entire tournament, that's what he did. And that's just what you get.
It was exactly like 2023 ODI World Cup.
Why are y'all in kurta? Hey, Pintu.
Hey,
Pintu painter.
because even Matthew Hayden was in a kurta.
Yeah, so then it's only fair if we are.
Yeah.
Do you want to remind them what happened in the 2023 World Cup?
No,
you
I
should.
think I don't want to dig deeper.
That is so true. After the fifth over of the chase, I was so sure we were cooked. Thank God Lord Pandey came to town. That is true. Now Jitesh took some excellent reviews too. Yeah, he did. I'm not saying he didn't.
Yeah, but I think as a wicketkeeper, for him to take some of those reviews was outrageous.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Holy Trinity is broken now. That's true. How did DC manage to choke even though winning 5 consecutive matches with 0 losses?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is something to actually think about.
You know, actually, that brings me to a good point. Something Kohli also spoke about when Matthew Hayden was interviewing him, is what I want to say. But Kohli, in general, when he talks about the IPL, always talks about the IPL as, because of the fact that it's such a long tournament,
True.
it's not a tournament that goes in a single kind of rhythm for any of the teams.
True.
Every week is a new challenge, because one week you could be table toppers, one week you could be at the bottom, and at some weeks you're just in the middle trying to make it to the top. And because of the ebbs and flows of the tournament, and this time it also got a little longer than it should have been for reasons that we all know. Simply because of that, how long this tournament is, how many commitments there are both on the field and off the field. You have a lot of sponsor shoots and whatnot. It it really sucks the soul out of the players. Like,
Yeah.
let's be honest, because you're on the road for 2 months, you're traveling every second or third day. Very rarely do you get a 4 or 5 day off between games.
True.
And especially when you come towards the business end, these guys were playing games every other day. So all these things matter.
This gets me
dude.
riled up because I loved it. Prathim and I went back, listened to it 100 times. Bro, any comments on Virat emphasizing for test for youngsters?
Yes.
That was absolute beauty. For him to say
Yeah.
that I've achieved a lot of things in my life, but they're all 5 levels below test cricket. Oh my God, I could listen to that and die in peace. Because listening to that, because here's the thing, RCB just won the IPL. Everyone's watching TV, everyone's watching Virat Kohli, everyone's listening to him. Especially future cricketers who do want to play the sport, who do want to play for the country or for the RCB or the IPL. And for him to say that, oh, I was so happy.
Yeah, so happy, and it sends out the right message
Yeah.
with that kind of huge platform. And you're right, everyone's eyeballs would have
Yeah.
been glued at that moment.
True.
It's great because we have an England series coming up as
Yeah.
well. It's going to be 5 test matches.
Yeah, 5 test matches.
It's a long series. We're going to be going live
months.
every single day of every test match. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Long live Test
that
cricket.
was just
Beautiful.
I was going to say something. I mean, listen to RCB podcast. VK has talked about VK on joining other IPL teams. It's yeah. He has
Yeah.
Kohli post-match interview after winning a tournament, absolute gold. Of course, you know we were talking about this. The way Virat started off, it's as if he's practiced this in the shower.
Oh
Like
yeah.
we've all done our speeches in the shower.
Yeah. For him to say, I've given everything to them in my youth, in
In
my
my
peak
prime,
years,
yeah.
that's not something you can come up with on spot.
Yeah,
No, no.
it's just something that he knew he'll say at some point. Guys, what did he say? I wasn't home. All right. So Virat talked about how. So Matthew Hayden asked about he's retired from Test cricket. Do you have any message about, or do you know what Test cricket is? How important is it in your life and everything? And Virat said that as much as I've achieved everything in my life, Test cricket will always be 5 levels above everything that I've done.
Yeah.
And for him to say that, and he continued to go on about how the young players coming in, the new generation looking at the sport itself, they should focus on Test cricket. They should look at the game. They should build their foundation looking at Test cricket and playing red ball format. So for him to say that in this stage was just something that I'll forever hold on to. BS. I mean, yeah, PBKs were just one hit away from lifting it. They needed an intense full innings to help on with Shashank, like Livingston Jitesh did for RCB. Damn, what is that argument? I said it before and after. VK has been a great ambassador for Test match for this generation. 100%. He has
Yeah.
practiced this every day since 2008. Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Greater orator in cricket as well. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Dude, funnily enough, when that interview was going on, I was telling Ashwin how Kohli might be a good commentator if he tries.
But he'll go to England, be Salt's neighborhood neighbor.
Play some county cricket on the
Yeah,
week or some
hopefully.
club cricket on the weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kohli was talking about how he thought of changing franchise in the past. What could those teams have been and when? I don't know actually. It
I
could have been a
think-
Gujarat Titans.
Yeah.
Could have been a new franchise coming
Yeah.
up.
I'm sure he's gotten offers from basically every team in their right mind.
Oh, Ashwin, you've called out my name. Ashwin, I just wanted to say something on your comment on Jitesh and reviews. Jitesh this season, except the final, had taken good reviews. He has taken good reviews, but there have been reviews where it has been bizarre. And as a wicket keeper, you're a lot more critical because you can't have black and white reviews. It's not something you are allowed to do. I mean, he's made mistakes. He's also had brilliant reviews, but he's also had reviews that just surprises me. Is all
Ashwin-
I'd say.
Ashwin's a wicket keeper, so he will know.
But never have I taken a review.
Ashwin just does this anyways.
Good lord. Okay, guys, your team IPL. Oof, I felt it. Oh,
Oh, IPL 11 of the season.
so difficult.
Hey, you have to open with Sai and Gill.
I'm not opening with anybody. I'll listen to you and I'll ask you questions.
You
I'm
have
going to
to-
be a diplomat.
You have to open with Sai and Gill.
Okay, fine.
I think that's something that everyone agrees on.
Virat,
No, you're not opening with Virat.
but I think he's the second highest scorer this season, if I'm not wrong.
I want to say yes.
And yet you're not opening with Virat.
Yeah.
See, this is why I don't give my playing 11s out there.
Hey guys, we have done it finally. That's right. You have next IPL 25 videos upcoming.
Oh, Suryakumar Yadav is the second highest scorer. I apologize.
Kohli's in the top 5 for sure.
Kohli is third.
Yeah.
He has better average, not the best strike rate.
That's why I'm going with Sai and Gill.
Damn.
Also because Sai and Gill have chemistry. So,
Kohli and Sai can build it up in team practice.
hey, but it's exhibition matches only. There's only going to be like 3 matches.
VK is fourth. VK is third, actually. Good. Second is Sky. I apologize. Even Kohli prepared for those tears also. I don't think it's anything wrong because it's his way of living and he has been successful in it. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so who's your number 3?
I think it's great that sports persons are out there showing emotions as well.
That's true.
Because one part is obviously you're cold, you have a cold celebration, all of that is cool, but you also want to normalize emotion. So yeah, especially in sport, you can't have sport without emotion.
Yeah, that's true. So who's your number 3?
So do I actually have to give out my 11?
Now that you've
You all
started...
can give out your
No,
11s,
wait.
dude. Come on.
All right, so if you can do this in the chat, we'll read out your playing 11s. So in the chat, don't send it one by one, but send it as an entire comment, unless you have character restrictions.
Oh
then
yeah.
send whatever
Yeah.
you can.
There's a comment by It's a Me, Mario.
Dinesh
About-
Karthik, the unsung hero.
Yes, not just Dinesh Karthik. I think a lot of credit has to go to this entire group. Very interestingly, the current analyst for RCB, head analyst, I want to say his name is something wild. I'm forgetting the first name. But very interestingly, he'd written a book. This was a tweet that's probably going viral as we speak, where in the book he'd basically roasted RCB for having all of that money and picking up the worst possible players in like the 2019 season and whatnot. And from there, that man had become the head analyst for RCB and has now won them the trophy. So a lot has gone behind the scenes. RCB has a whole documentary on how they strategized. And let's face it, they received a lot of flack at the start of the season before the auctions,
Even
or
after
after
the
the
auctions,
auctions,
that
after
which was
picking the team.
insane to us.
Uh, but let's face it, they've made beautiful use of data. This is something that I've also covered in the video that we released today about RCB. And so Dinesh Karthik, yes, he's been a huge part because he was playing till 2024. He's been the most recent in the circuit. He's been able to be the bridge between an Andy Flower and a Virat Kohli, or Andy Flower and a Swastik Chikara, whoever you want to say.
True.
So yeah, it's as much his trophy as is it the player's trophy.
All right, so we have a first playing 11 here. Let's talk about that. Sai Sudarshan, Mitchell Marsh, Nicholas Pooran. Oh, damn, you've gone with LSG. Sai Sudarshan, Mitchell Marsh, Nicholas Pooran at number 3, Shreyas Iyer at number 4, and the captain. Damn, Surya Kumar Yadav number 5. We made an entire video on how he should bat top 3. Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya, Noor Ahmed, purple cap, fair enough. Josh Hazelwood, oh, he was purple cap at some point. I don't know if he still is. Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya, Noor Ahmed, Josh Hazelwood, of course. Prasidh Krishna, the best middle order bowler, and Jasprit Bumrah. What do you make of this?
That is a very strong lineup. And I feel like there is a little bit of bias to the top performers of the tournament, which is fair.
Yeah.
But
I mean, to be fair,
no
there is no bias
complaints.
to the top performance. He hasn't taken Virat Kohli. He hasn't taken.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I'm saying
Gill.
bias to the orange cap and purple cap. But yeah,
which
you're
is-
right. Gill hasn't been taken.
Yeah.
It's a good squad, dude. I'm trying to find chinks in the armor of the squad.
Yeah, fair. Until then, I'll answer the question. Hey, Ashwin, should Krunal, after today's performance, be back for India, given the way he bowls tightly in the middle overs? I think in the T20 squad, he possibly could again. Akshar Patel is still in there. And
Except
Akshar
where's the place?
Yeah, Akshar Patel, not only will he bat up top, but he'll also give him the couple of overs. So it might be if Akshar Patel gets injured, or if he is injured, and then I can see Krunal Pandya coming back in, because at this point we don't have another left arm orthodox. Jadeja's retired anyway. Akshar Patel is the only one. If they want another one, and Gautam Gambhir loves all rounders, so we might just see Krunal Pandya at some point. All right, Srikanth. Damn, my 11. So Sai Sudarshan, Virat Kohli, Suryakumar Yadav, Joss Butler at number
Interesting.
4.
Interesting.
Hardik Pandya, Tim David, Santner. Oh, damn. That's a very small batting lineup you got there. Krunal Pandya, Hazelwood, Bumrah, Prasidh Krishna. Damn, very, very interesting. You don't have a wicket keeper. Oh, Joss Butler.
Butler. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Vasu,
Dude, it's very interesting that you guys have taken Hardik in your squads.
even though, I mean, at one point he was the highest wicket taker for Mumbai Indians. At the
Yeah,
halfway mark.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. That just shows the value of Hardik, though.
Right. All right. This is great. We've got more playing 11s. Harsh.
wow.
Heavy bias. All right. Straight away. Sai Sudarshan, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, top 3. Your
Yeah.
top 3 run getters. Suryakumar Yadav, the top 4 run getters. Shreyas, Pandya, Krunal, Hazelwood, Bumrah, Krishna, Noor Ahmed. Damn.
I think that might be my most favorite
yeah,
team
except
here
there's no
till
wicket
now.
keeper.
Who is going to keep
There
it?
is no wicket keeper. So there is no wicket keeper. Shreyas Iyer, Pandya, there's Harsh. Solid playing 11.
Yeah.
You just have no wicket keeper. So then we've
You
got
gotta
problems.
you got to swap out someone.
Yeah. Abhishek. So AC says Abhishek Sharma head Ishan Kishan. Wow. Right. Now this is just yeah, ignore my DP
SRH.
fan. You played well. That was well played. I appreciate that. Aryan Raj, Sai Sudarshan, Gill, Suryakumar Yadav. Fair
Iyer,
enough, top 3 run
Iyer
getters.
captain. Yeah,
Iyer
fair.
captain, Jitesh. It's interesting. Rajat Patidar just won the IPL and none of you have made him the captain or included him in the squad. Jitesh Sharma, Krunal Pandya, Tim David, Pat Cummins. Interesting.
Interesting.
Prasidh Krishna, Hazelwood, Noor Ahmed, Bumrah. You haven't taken Bhuvi. You haven't taken maybe a Khalil Ahmed. I'm sure he has better numbers than Pat Cummins.
I think the 11s we're getting here gives such a trend into the players that people think have performed the best and have also done well.
True.
Iyer being the captain is, I think, a solid choice. And why even I would probably pick Iyer over Patidar is for the infectious energy that Iyer can bring, like in terms of just being zen. And he's also scored more runs this season.
True.
So
We've actually made an entire video on this. Shreyas. Okay, important question. Harsha Bhogle made the statement that impact subs have made pace all-rounders completely redundant in IPL as a worrying sign.
okay, so two views on this. I'll give you both the views that I have personally. First thing is, of course, it has impacted how all rounders are viewed in this tournament. I don't think they are as premium as they were any earlier.
True.
Did I just mess up that sentence? What I want to say is that all rounders today are less important as compared to previously, because previously with a Pollard in your team or with a Dwayne Bravo in your team, it was luxury. And if you had a good all rounder, they were basically doing the roles of two players. But now with the impact player rule, you already have that extra player who can come in. And so there is no need for someone to necessarily develop their secondary skill, because if they know that they're doing their primary skill well enough, that will get them into the side more easily than having two skills that are 50-50.
Yeah, that's true.
So that
Yeah.
so that is true to some extent.
My God. I
My camera has gone for a toss yet again, guys.
I think it should be back. I think
Is it?
Praatibh.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he is back. We've got another playing 11. Sai Sudarshan, Shubman Gill, Suryakumar Yadav, Nicholas Puran, Hardik Pandya, captain, Jitesh Sharma, Krunal Pandya, Noor Ahmed, Josh, Prasidh, Bumrah. I like a lot, like all of you have had similar fast bowling lineups, which
Yeah.
is interesting, which is
Prasid
great.
Bumrah, Josh.
Srikanth, I feel Patida can be picked just for his captaincy. Know that no, there are just brilliant players at four, but to be honest, he can just be picked for his captaincy for the season. True.
Take.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't.
I don't think either of us are denying he's a bad captain. He's just won the IPL.
Yeah.
But it would be interesting to know how many of the shots he's been calling, because RCB does have a lot of leadership people involved.
But yeah, that's true. But like you would always, the captain, he is the captain. And so, regardless of who is making the decision,
No, I'm speaking purely from the point of view of him being a tactician.
right, right. No, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, he is the captain in the
Yeah.
end. So, regardless, if the team's doing well, it's on him. If the team's doing
Oh
bad, it's
yeah,
on him.
that's true.
So,
He is the
yeah,
front face. Yeah.
yeah. Nikhil, we've got your playing 11, which is great. Sai Sudarshan, Jaiswal, Butler, Sky. You would be happy. You finally have a Rajasthan Royals man in the team. Suryakumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, Tim David, Krunal Pandya, Naman.
Naman Dher.
Oh, Namandhir Pharaoh. I thought Naman Oja for a second. Pat Cummins, Hazelwood, Bumrah, Varun. Oh, yeah, Varun. Fair.
That is a decent lineup. A
Yeah,
different one also.
yeah. MN Kirtan, my. Sai Sudarshan, Shubman Gill. Sai Sudarshan, Shubman Gill seems to be a favorite. Nicholas Puran, Shreyas Iyer, Suryakumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, Tim David, Krunal Pandya, Noor Ahmed, Prasidh Krishna, Josh Bumrah as impact sub. Fair. That's a good lineup. That's a solid lineup. Do you we have a keep? Yeah, Nicholas Puran can keep. Yeah. How are we forgetting wicket keepers? Guys, we're as important as any other batter in the team. Jitesh Sharma just got you those extra runs if you're an RCB fan. How are we forgetting?
I don't know who this is, but they're saying I feel like Bhuvi's 16th over. I think they meant the 16th over of the game where Bhuvi was bowling
True.
ended the match for Punjab, and I want to agree.
Yeah, that
And it's
is
something
true.
I also spoke about.
Yeah. Samuel Mendonça in uh, Mumbai. Mumbai was a strong team on paper, and you saw what happened. Yeah, that is true. I mean,
See,
they had a
but
lot
because
of
of the fact that Mumbai was a strong team on paper, they were also able to come back in the fashion that they did.
yeah.
So it's always about perspectives.
They've come too far. Oh, we have another playing 11. Sai Sudarshan, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, Butler. Butler at number 4, goddamn. Shreyas Iyer at number 5, Klaasen at number 6. Noor Ahmed, Sai Kishore, Su. Sai Kishore is a good pick. Bumrah, Hazelwood, Prasidh Krishna. Damn. Ashwin, echo in your mic.
Fast bowlers have remained
Srikanth,
constant.
buddy.
This has to be a troll. This can't be real.
What has to be a troll?
Them calling you out for your echo.
No, that's probably an echo. Like at this point, what can I say? Mumbai was the most feared team, but faltered under Hardik and his questionable decision.
I like how Nikhil says he'll come with a different account.
Fair enough. Gyan Mark shots. Damn, we
Yeah.
have an entirely different playing 11. So, Sai Sudarshan, Sunil Narayan, Sky, Nicholas Puran, Jitesh Sharma, Hardik Pandya, Vadera, Bumrah, Prasidh Krishna, Noor Ahmed, Hazelwood, Impact, Ashwini Kumar. Ashwani Kumar. Ashwini would be my name, and that's what people called me when I was a kid. There is an echo, apparently.
Oh.
But then, life's such. So, what can we do?
How bad is it? Also, we've been
Okay,
going
so
on for
here's
a
the
while.
thing. Wait,
Yeah.
here's the thing, right? So for the most part, there is no echo, which means in our heads we have fixed it. Okay. But now if there is an echo, it's what can I do? Like there's only little bit. There's so much I can do. Okay, fine. Shrikant, no RCB fan will do what KK did to Iyer. He is going to be remembered for ages. Yeah, he will be the captain next year.
Yeah, for Punjab, he's definitely going to be there.
As simple as that. Not a troll, Praatibh, but there is an echo. Would say Ashwin to be a bit far from the. Interesting. I think I have to be a bit soft, like not as loud. Far from the
Oh,
mic would be, then you can't hear me.
very interesting stat was on comms tonight.
Oh, wow.
I remembered it from the captaincy bit that we were talking about Shreyas Iyer. Punjab Kings has had 17 captains in 18 seasons, which was crazy, bro. So I think their biggest issue is just that they've just not waited long enough for a result with a particular core. Maybe that will change now. Hopefully, Punjab has a title soon. What else have we got in the comments? What does Vasu say? At this point, I cannot listen to your live without the echo.
It's just your voice bass. Yeah, I don't think my voice bass is so bassy that there's an echo.
That's like a superpower.
Imagine there was last ball, no ball. Yeah, I was thinking about that actually. I was
Oh.
thinking about in the last two, after the first two balls, when the camera showed Virat and Virat showed AB de Villiers that he was going to cry. I feel like he would have cried regardless if they lost or won.
Yeah, at that point, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much to unpack here. It's 1:30 a.m. Well, stay on for a bit because our next live is going to be on 20th, actually 19th, actually 21st.
decide. The
Yeah,
test match day,
no,
basically.
the day before the test match. We'll have a pre-test.
Yeah,
Day
that'll be on the day.
Oh, okay. So that's the first day of the test match. Then India versus England. You should know this.
20th June is
A
what I want to
job.
say.
Yeah, we'll be live. So after this, we'll be live after 16 days. Oh, by the way, guys, Praatibh, camera, and Ashwin mic. Wow, what a match, man.
See, okay, let's be honest, y'all. To make this stuff work, we need money. And if you guys are ready to buy a membership for 2 lakhs per month, I know it's not much for y'all.
He's joking. Oh,
Am I?
something. No, I'm gonna miss you guys. Echo got fixed, y'all.
Hey, we'll be back. Don't worry.
Hey,
We will
Sanskriti.
still be posting videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Sanskriti. You're nice. Yeah, right. So Sumant, no WTC is what I was going to actually ask you guys next. Are you guys fully committed to this channel? Because the content quality is honestly better than some YouTube channel. First answer, yes. The second answer, second part of the sentence, we appreciate. All right. Something that I do want you guys to tell us with a yes or a no. There are only 43 guys, which is fine. We'll chat with you guys for a bit. But something I need you guys to tell us is, do you want us to go live in the WTC final? If you guys don't remember, South Africa versus Australia belter off a final in just 6 days. By the way, Hazelwood is in Bangalore tomorrow. I don't know if he's going to be here tomorrow or if he's going to fly back. But in a week and a little more time, he's playing the WTC final in England versus South Africa.
It's going to be hectic for my man Hazelwood. He was also nursing a shoulder injury, which now I don't know if he actually had it
True.
or if he just didn't want to come back to India.
That also, yeah. Enjoy with your girlfriend all these. Nikhil, brother, I don't know who you are, but
Nikhil, do we know you?
yeah.
Also,
like
what is
you-
this? Yes, oh, it's for the World Test Championship final.
Session 1 every day, sir.
So, that's too much.
I mean,
Uh,
yeah, we can't be.
I'm not doing this.
Yes to WTC live. Hazelwood to depart tomorrow. Oh, right, he's departing tomorrow. Great. Yes, whenever you speak low volume, there is less echo. Yeah, that is because his mic can't pick up my voice. Oh, what I can actually do is I can increase the gain, which means I don't have to speak loud, but I do speak loud in
You
general. So
will
then,
speak loud regardless.
Yeah,
You'll
then-
probably make it worse with high gain.
and which is a problem. But too many problems.
Damn.
Yes. 150 Netflix. Yes. Who in the right mind would say no to WTC live?
Facts.
It'll only be pre and post, guys.
Yeah. But
So-
I mean, we'll also put polls up to see what the general
Yeah,
audience
so
thinks.
we'll put a post
Yeah.
on a community post if you guys really want it, answer it, and then we'll prepare something. We'll prepare something good.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like during the Border Trophy, we had segments. We don't want to keep repeating the segments. That's something we did during this IPL
Yeah.
that we are disappointed by. So, during the test series, we will try getting more and more segments, more and more interesting things, possibly a guest maybe at some point. We'll try different things.
Possibly, you all stay tuned.
Yeah,
Hopefully, we can cook something great up that you guys will definitely
yeah
love.
we'll try some.
Yeah.
4 p.m. here, spend the entire day watching IPL from home on a Tuesday.
Damn,
What a
Vasu.
good guy. Maybe not the full session. No, no, so we won't go full session. Anyways, because that's long. Congratulations, RCB team and RCBians. Lots of love from Orange Army. Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's
So
sweet.
sweet, Nimesh Rajput. WTC final thumbnail feel for Lord Bavuma. Please just okay, you can talk about post on next day. No, so are you using no, we are using OBS to broadcast it.
How is NVIDIA broadcast?
It cuts out echoes really well. Oh, thanks for that.
Check it out.
We'll check it out. All right. So what we do during test matches? You know what? Huh. What we do during test matches? I just muted Pratibh's mic. What we do during test matches is that we go pre and post. So pre-match we talk about what is going to happen, and post we review the day. So that's what we usually do. Spoiler: I will pay for membership. Vasu, I think you might be the only one paying for membership.
Watch Shrikant quickly agree with Vasu.
Man, I have to see Jared live just for how he can conclude that this is the average squad. Which WTC predictions, man of the match. Damn, there's a lot. There's a lot
Oh,
happening in cricket.
always is.
Yeah.
Even women's cricket is so. Even the Indian women are flying to England to play against them. 5 T20s, 3 ODIs is what I want to say. So that is also something we will be covering. If you know people who are interested in women's cricket,
Yes.
or if you yourself are,
Yes.
definitely share, definitely watch, and that's something that we're also trying to grow to bring the same stuff out in women's cricket to talk about it in a way that is how we talk about it, stats, technique, all of that jazz.
Keithan asks, "Hey Pratib, do you
Hey,
think Patidar just spoiled his India chances with a poor season with the bat? Interesting, because he got a
ooh.
contract.
Yeah, he did get a contract, which is important context because that means that they're looking at Patidar as a player in some format for sure.
Right.
Now, I don't know if that's going to be Test cricket. I don't know if that's going to be T20s or ODIs. But now, with the fact that Rohit Kohli are retired from two formats, they're only going to be playing ODIs. Don't know how long that's going to be. Don't know how long Jaddu is going to go. Not that Patidar has Jaddu as competition. But because of all of this and the fact that the T20 World Cup is coming in 2026, if Patidar has a good season with the bat and he's also been captaining the way that he has, it there is a chance for him to make it back possibly. I don't think he will make it back to the test squad because the competition there is just too stiff. Maybe in a home season he might get some odd chance. But yeah, that is mostly it.
So someone asked, "What's the prediction for the WTC final?" Honestly, on paper, Australia just have it too. Like
Yeah, Australia
Australia
have it.
just
Yeah.
I mean, South Africa reaching the final was inspirational in a lot of ways, and it's good for South African cricket. But Australia just
I think but purely for purely for what it can bring to South African cricket if they win the World Test Championship, I would personally want South Africa to put up a good fight at the very least, which I do think they have the pedigree and the side to do it. But time will tell.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
But with the bowling lineup with Josh Hazelwood, Mitchell
yeah,
Stark, Pat Cummins the captain, once again Nathan Lyon the spinner, Manas Labuschagne, Usman Khawaja, possibly Cameron Green opening is what they're talking about. Steve Smith back at number
number
4,
4. Yeah,
Alex Carey in the middle order.
that's a solid batting
Oh my
order.
god.
That's a solid all-round team. Like they
They just
just
have
have
names
every
covered.
base covered.
Man of the match, in my opinion, is Cameron Green. His bowling is top. Damn. I wouldn't have guessed that. Has bounce and his control over the line. Excellent batter we have seen in the 23-24 with a century for MI. I am so confused. I'm sure you're talking about the WTC final, him being the man of the match. But damn. In the domestic match, good comeback as well. That's what I feel. Have you guys watched the CLT20 back in the day? How big of a tournament was it treated as?
It was a
Oh,
huge deal.
dude, I
Yeah.
love Jack. You
Yeah.
know, I used to follow the other leagues just for
Mhm.
this.
Yeah. Bro, I think it's the place where we got to know about the South Australian Redbacks, the Victorian
Oh,
Bull Rangers. I forgot what they're called,
yeah.
but yeah, so many of those teams that we used to watch in Cricket 07 when we used to play Cricket 07,
Oh, yeah.
and then
Oh,
to see all of them play against each other. Oh, it was beautiful.
yeah. The Champions Trophy was Champions
Champions
League
League, yeah, it
was
was
too
pretty
good.
cool. Yeah.
Why were emerging talents like Riyan Parag, Jitesh Sharma, etc. were dropped from the central contract? Riyan Parag just
I think Riyan Parag, to be very honest, should okay in T20s his debut makes sense because he had a fantastic run in the SM80 in 2023, 24, I want to say, where he got, I think, 7 consecutive 50s or something crazy like that. So Riyan Parag's selection into the T20 squad extremely justified. Why he was dropped is because they've sort of realized that he's probably not ready for international cricket yet. And with Jitesh, honestly, with Jitesh, I think he's gotten a little unlucky. Age is
Yeah.
also not on his side. He is upwards of 30,
Yeah,
and
for
you
the
have
people
younger
talking
people.
about Jitesh Sharma being young,
No,
Shashank Singh being
yeah,
young,
these
they're
guys
not
just
young.
came to the party late.
Yeah.
They're they've been around for a while. Yeah.
Why doesn't South Africa reason why many South African players disregard tests so early? I do not want South Africa to win. Wait, what is the reason? Are you talking about retirements?
Hendrik Klaasen did retire recently.
Yeah, Max. Yeah, Hendrik Klaasen retiring. I don't think it has anything to do with. Okay, this is just pure speculation, but it's been on the news for the last couple of years. I want to say about his central
Oh,
contract with the South African Cricket Board,
yeah.
and I don't think they found a way to just come to middle grounds. And it's been
Hmm.
happening for a while. But even David Miller is what I want to say. But then he was
Yeah.
back. It's tough. Even yeah, AB de Villiers for that matter. Faf Duplessis. If you guys haven't read Faf Duplessis' book, I think you guys should. I don't know if I have the book in this room, but you guys should, especially because his retirement wasn't the cleanest, and that's what's been happening with a lot of South African players. The cricket board, for whatever reason, just struggles to make their players happy.
Hmm. I think it's also got a lot to do with the fact that revenues are very limited
Yeah, that's
for
true.
these boards. And so it's always going to be tough to reward your star players in the way that they expect to be rewarded, especially with leagues like the IPL where you're getting so much money. And why shouldn't you? You are the best in the world at what you do.
True.
And that's also possibly what caused Henrik Klassen to retire, is because he's one of the best T20 batters in the world going around. He doesn't need to be playing for South Africa in order for him to make a living. And I don't know how much it comes down to how nationalistic or how patriotic they are towards their country. For a West Indies and all, it makes sense. They aren't even a
Yeah,
country, actually, it's a group of
bunch of
islands.
islands. Yeah.
Yeah. But for South Africa, I guess it's just a lot of revenue problems.
What if I stay far away? Will that help? We'll
Let's
find
see.
out. I think Vaibhav Suryavanshi will make his debut before. Oh yeah, someone asked if Rahul Tewatia will ever make his debut for the Indian team.
Uh, don't see it happening, to be
Yeah,
honest. Rahul Tewatia has never had standout seasons in domestic cricket. He's been lucky when he got his chance in the IPL, and it's been lucky that he's still been around. Of course, those 5 sixes that he hit has absolutely changed his perception and has made him a bit of a cult hero. He's very utility. He's a good fielder, can ball leg spin, can bat well, but he's also been up and down, which means that firstly, where are you going to put him
true.
in that squad? Because you have quality all rounders like an Akshar Patel who can do the same thing. A couple of more names as well. Even Riyan Parag can roll his arm over. He's done that for the Indian team. He bats better than Rahul Tewatia. Just a lot of things that come into the picture.
I was gonna talk about something. Someone said something about something, and I'm. Oh yeah. So I mean, revenue has to be taken by ICC. You know what?
Mm.
Interestingly, so we spoke about this. I think in one of our videos.
Mm.
Or the West Indies, the scam video actually, where so Zimbabwe are playing the most number of
Right.
test matches in this season, and so if you weren't already aware, Zimbabwe went to England to play a test match, and the ECB paid
The Zimbabwe players, a touring fee.
yeah, a touring fee is what it's called. Yeah,
Yeah.
they paid the players a touring fee so that they're just encouraged to come over to England and play a test match, and that's what happened. Sure, England just outplayed them, of course, but
Yeah.
the fact that Zimbabwe were given a chance to play a test match in England because all right, so let's. I know we have digressed a lot, but there is a Sky Sports podcast with Nasir Hussain, Mike
Mike
Atherton,
Atherton.
and I
Yeah.
forgot the Zimbabwe player's name.
Is it a current or a?
No, I shared the video. Remember, and I doesn't matter. But he speaks about how costly it can be to host a test match in Zimbabwe, which is what they're doing right now,
Hmm.
and will continue to do. But yeah, it's just something interesting to think about. We saw a lot of West Indies players performing well after quitting the central contracts. Yeah, true. Just join looking sharp, guys. Judge. You judged us. You judged us well. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Rohit Sharma is the captain of my flop 11.
Damn, that is harsh. Ah.
Man, I feel WTC needs a restructuring. It's unfair for teams who play a lot of tests compared to teams who don't. But then,
If anything, it's the other way around. Like if a team plays lesser test matches, their likeliness of having a higher win percentage, which will eventually rank them higher, is higher.
yeah, that's
But sure, like the WTC can see some kind of restructuring provided the revenues and everything is distributed in that fashion because of how skewed things are between the big three, and especially in that BCCI. And now with Jaisha becoming the chairman of the ICC and still just chilling around in the IPL stadiums, it's a very weird time for world cricket, to be honest. It's going to be interesting to see if the Olympics changes that, if that sort of opens it up more to the world and all of
true, yeah.
that. But you never know, man.
You know what's interesting? I think the last time we were live after a big tournament, I don't know if we were live for the Champions Trophy.
We were,
Were we?
yeah.
Before that was the Border Gavaskar Trophy.
Hmm.
Yeah, the fifth test, last day, we were also angry and frustrated. Here we are talking about cricket. Here we are enjoying because the IPL is finally done and RCB has won. And so it's all great. And a lot of you guys still here having a chat, which is what we enjoy. It's 1:45. It's been a while. It's been an hour and 10 minutes. We will we will have to go in a
Yeah,
bit.
our my camera's battery is probably going to run
Yeah,
out.
so we will go in a way. Reports suggesting that Rohit Sharma may be considered as a batting mentor in the next season, similar to the way Pollard did. Oh, you're talking about Mumbai Indians. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Guys doing overtime today. Yeah, we will be here just for a bit more. It's just nice after things are done and dusted where we don't have to analyze
Yeah.
and.
I mean, it's a lot of
Oh,
fun to
yeah, we love it.
analyze. But yeah, sometimes it's just nice to
Oh,
sit back and talk
right.
cricket.
Right. Shreyas, I apologize. I read that. So Shreyas has his uncapped 11, alright?
Oh,
So
nice.
Vaibhav Suryavanshi,
Mm-hmm.
Priyan Sharia,
That's a solid opening
Ayush
combination.
Matre, Urvil Patel, Ayush Badoni, the captain, Namandhir, Shashank Singh, Vipraj Nigam, Digvesh Rathi, Anshul Kamboj, and Vaibhav
Aurora?
Arora. You
Good.
don't have Ayush, not
But,
Ayush, Suya Sharma, which is interesting.
mm. But that is a pretty good 11, dude, now that I look at it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Urvil Patel, wicket keeper.
Actually,
I like how you know he's a wicket keeper. Good
that's
on you.
one more thing that this IPL threw up that I think a lot of IPL seasons of the past have not done. Brilliant scouting by a lot of teams and a lot of youngsters coming into the picture and also performing.
Right?
Because I remember like looking back at some of the older seasons where Indian youngsters at that time, like in the 2010s, have scored like 200, 300 runs in a season, and it's been a standout season for
Yeah,
them. And now you have Priyansh Arya, Prab, all of these guys scoring 400 plus runs.
that is true.
Priyansh Arya in his maiden season, Digvesh Rathi doing well.
Yeah.
Just really nice to see. I mean, it's great for Indian cricket.
I have a question for you. Your view on Virat Kohli saying that he cannot play as an impact player. Is he pointing the fingers on someone, possibly a former captain of the Mumbai Indians, the current ODI captain,
No,
the
this
captain
is
of the T20
this is
side who
all
won the World Cup?
media peddled BS because Virat Kohli, like a true friend, would retired from Test matches when Rohit Sharma retired from Test matches
Yeah, I mean,
and
Virat,
from T20s. Yeah,
you wouldn't want Virat to be an impact player because he's a good fielder.
yeah, and I mean he's been so vocal about how if he's not giving his best, then he doesn't want to do it, which is why he moved out from Test cricket. So, yeah,
Damn, Delta. I appreciate that a lot. Yes, Ayush Badoni does captain the Ranji Trophy. Someone follows Ranji Trophy.
good stuff.
Appreciate that a lot. We support that. Only 6 teams will play. True. I don't think China's playing the Olympics. I might be wrong. Oh, they might possibly be playing the
But it
Olympics.
is less number.
I have no
It's I
idea.
think it's just 5, 6.
The biggest advantage the IPL gives India is a large talent pool, especially with how many matches are played today. It's beneficial to be able to make multiple competitive teams. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, for sure. And more than just a talent pool, it gives the talent pool an exposure to international cricket
Yeah.
because let's face it, the Ranji is at one level, but when you come to international cricket, it's a whole other level. So the IPL acts as a perfect bridge for players who are looking to make it to the Indian team and also platform where they can showcase their talent and get some mainstream attention.
Right, guys, flop 11. I mean, please listen to it. VK told that his nature is aggressive and he wants to play in the 11, not as impact as he likes to be on the field. That guy missed entire point of. No, that's true. He was just rage baiting. It's fine. Like I did, like I suggested how Rohit Sharma and all that. Just rage bait. It's just fun. It's humor.
It's
It's just
okay, it's all banter.
it's all banter. I've moved on to the next slide. As you can see, we're no more in the from
From
the
the
stand
stands.
segment,
So no more
which
questions.
means this is it, lads. This is it. The IPL is done and dusted. A tournament that lasted for more than 2 months.
Oh yeah.
which brought
Finally
about
done.
so many runs, so many wickets, so many dot balls. One third
31% of all deliveries in this tournament,
before this match. Oh, during this match.
dot balls, in
Yeah.
excess of 5,500, bro. That's a crazy number. Not something we expected.
30%.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
even we were shocked by it.
Yeah.
So many dot balls, so many wickets, so many runs, so many reasons to smile, so many reasons to cry, so many heartbreaks, and so many reasons to heal your heart. Because I didn't find the opposite of that.
That's crazy.
Here we are. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you either during the WTC final or of 20th June when India takes on England.
When India takes on England in the 5 match test series.
There you go.
But yeah, we will definitely be there. Test match season is starting. This is going to be a lot of fun. We'd love to see all of you there.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. If you haven't watched today's episode, do that. Yeah, thank you guys so much for subscribing. Yes, we did hit 27,000 subscribers. So thank you
Thank you
so
so
much for that.
much.
Appreciate all the support that you always give us. We love doing this. We love interacting with you guys. We love sitting back talking about how we can put out quality content out there. Just not just for the sake of views and the money that we don't really have or the likes that we don't really get on videos,
Yeah.
but for the people who enjoy our video and for those of you guys who actually ask for the Monday episodes, thank you
Thank you
so
so
much for
much.
that. Like,
Yeah.
we appreciate people looking out for women's cricket. We put a lot of work into it, and like always, the Tuesdays and Fridays videos that we'll always put out. Thank you guys so much for watching. RCB has finally won eight. The wait of 18 years has finally ended. Appreciate all the support. Like, share, and subscribe. All that good stuff. If you guys haven't told your friends about our channel, do that because soon Star Sports will not be existing.
On that note, we'll see you soon.
See you.